Well, joining me now, Congressman from Florida, Republican there, Greg Steube is with us. Congressman Steube, it's great to see you again.
Hey, good to see you.
All right, so this is the big question. How much money do we send over there? Where do you stand on this package to Israel?
Well, it was $14 billion that we voted on today that would go to Israel in exchange. What we did for as the pay for that, we took away money from the 87,000 IRS agents that Joe Biden funded with the American Rescue Plan over a year and a half ago, right before the Democrats gave up control of the House. So again, this argument from the Biden administration that this is going to go against the amount of money that we take in, going after good, hardworking Americans. These people haven't even hired the 87,000 IRS workers. It's just money that's been appropriated. I don't have the breakdown in front of me of the weapons and the defense and the part that goes from state for that funding. That's going to go to the Senate. Chuck Schumer has said that he doesn't want to take anything for Israel alone. Joe Biden's already said that he's going to veto it, I think, which is very telling. That shows them that they care about more Ukraine. They care about more about the other things that they want to do on domestic policy to give more money to domestic emergencies than they do our ally Israel. And, oh, by the way, the Americans that are still hostages and the Americans that were killed in those attacks.
It seems to me like, remember we had a fire in Maui. It seems like that's been all but forgotten. Nobody talks about that anymore. We got an open border that is literally draining America dry. Forget about the criminality coming in, which is also going to drain us dry at some point. And yet they're so focused on Ukraine. Are you with me? Do we need to be a pause on this money going to Ukraine? I'm done with spending money in Ukraine.
Yep, 100%. I haven't voted for any amount of money going to Ukraine except that very first bill that we sent over when the Russians invaded. And ever since then, it's been over $112 billion that has been sent to Ukraine with absolutely no justification or accounting as to where that money's gone. We Republicans have asked for specific accounting and oversight as to where that money's been spent. And of course, the Biden administration, the DOD is not giving that. This is also a country that corruptly gave money to Hunter Biden, that a private company hired Hunter Biden, and money went to the Biden family from the country of Ukraine. So you really have to question why the Democrats are so dead set on Ukraine amounts of money when there's no accounting in the amount of money that we've sent over there. And we're talking $112 billion to the $14 billion that's been appropriated today that we sent over to the Senate for Israel.
I just read some reporting that one of the higher-ups in Ukraine, that cameras went off and they told the reporter, all the money's being stolen. There's all kinds of theft. It's being lost. The fraud is going on, which is no surprise because Ukraine may be one of the most corrupt nations on the face of the earth. Oh, by the way, fighting another one of the most corrupt nations on the face of the earth. This is your new speaker. I like this guy. So far, I'm good with him. For the guys in the control room, it's cut 19. Congressman Steube, I'm going to play this and get your response.
We are in dire straits as a nation, and if you talk to leaders at the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Pentagon, sometimes even in recent years under oath, they've testified before the House Armed Services Committee, where I served until last week. If you ask them what the greatest threat is to our national security, you would expect, most people expect they'd say China, Russia, Iran, terrorism. They say it's the national debt. We have to address it. We have obligations and we have commitments, and we want to protect and help and assist our friend Israel, but we have to keep our own house in order as well.
All right, Congressman Steube, I'll admit to you, I've been doing this a long time. I really didn't even know who the hell he was until he became speaker. But I like what he's saying. I like what he's doing. Where do you fall on the speaker scale here?
Well, I just certainly hope that he holds to that when the CR is going to come back from Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell in the Senate, and they're going to play CR politics right up to the deadline in November 17th. We have to get our fiscal house in order. He's absolutely right. When I first got elected to Congress, not even 6 years ago, we had $21 trillion debt. Now we have a $33 trillion debt. There was a number that just came out recently that we've put $2 trillion in a deficit just this year. $2 trillion in a deficit. We have to get our financial house in order. We have to cut the spending in Washington. Washington. So I hope he holds true to that when a CR is going to come back over, because we're passing all of these bills. We'll pass another one tomorrow. We passed one today that is cutting overall discretionary spending. But you know that Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell and the Democrats in the Senate aren't going to take that. They're going to send us back a CR with Ukraine money on it and with all these other wish list things that they want to spend without an offset to put more money on the debt and the deficit for this year.
All right, real quick. We do have a deadline again for another shutdown if we don't get something done, correct? Is that right,
Yep.
Greg?
November 17th.
All right, so I say use that as a bargaining chip. Please talk your fellow Republicans into using that. And if we have to shut it down, then shut it down. Somebody has to take a stand, and I'm tired of rolling over.
I have said repeatedly publicly that I fully support shutting down this government if it means we get the border shut down. And we have to take a stand for the American people. We have to stand for the reckless spending that's going on in Washington. The American people gave us the House of Representatives, and they gave us the House because they know that we are more economically and fiscally responsible. So we use that opportunity to say, you're not getting a dime more of American taxpayer dollars until you shut down the border and protect the safety and security of the American people.
Greg Stubbe, I missed you coming on. You got to come on more. This was great. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you.
All right. See you soon.
You got it. See, folks, we need more of that in Washington. Literally common sense.